There's a single rule about money that nobody talks about. No financial advisor sells it. No personal finance influencer goes viral for it. It doesn't have a catchy name or a podcast empire behind it. But almost every wealthy person I've ever studied uses some version of it, often without even realizing they do. It's called the $1,000 rule, and once you understand how it works, your relationship with money changes permanently. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what the $1,000 rule is, why it works mathematically, how it quietly compounds into life-changing wealth, and the simple way to apply it starting this week. Stick around to the end because there's a twist on this rule that the rich use that almost nobody else knows about. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button so you never miss the next video. Let's get into it. So what is the rule? It's brutally simple. Every time you're about to spend $1,000 or more on something, you have to ask yourself one question. If I invested this $1,000 at a 7% average annual return instead, how much would it be worth in 20 years? The answer is almost $4,000. In 30 years, it's over $7,600. That same $1,000 you almost spent on a vacation upgrade, a designer watch, a bigger TV, or a slightly fancier car is actually somewhere between $4,000 and $8,000 of future use wealth. This is the part most people miss. The cost of any purchase isn't what it says on the price tag. The real cost is what that money could have become if you'd let it compound. Albert Einstein supposedly called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. Whether or not he actually said it, the math is undeniable. Money invested at age 30 turns into roughly 7 times its size by age 65. Money spent at age 30 is just gone. Take Daniel, a 31-year-old project manager who used to splurge about $12,000 a year on things he barely remembered 6 months later. New gadgets, a second car, constant Amazon orders. The day he started applying the $1,000 rule, his perspective flipped. Every purchase decision had 2 prices, the sticker price and the compounded price. 12 months later, he'd redirected about $7,000 into a brokerage account. By the end of year 3, it was over $25,000, growing on its own. Now here's the part that makes this rule different from regular budgeting. The $1,000 rule isn't about deprivation, it's about clarity. You're not saying no to everything, you're just making sure you know the actual price. Some purchases are absolutely worth their future cost. A skill that increases your income, a tool that saves you 10 hours a month, a trip with people you love who won't always be around. The rule isn't there to make you feel guilty, it's there to make sure your money goes where it actually matters. As personal finance writer Morgan Housel put it, spending money on things you don't care about is the cost of not knowing yourself. The rule forces you to know yourself. Because the second you do the math, the things that don't matter stop having power over you. Let me show you why this rule beats almost every other money strategy. Most people try to budget. Budgets fail because they require ongoing discipline, daily tracking, and willpower. The $1,000 rule doesn't. It only kicks in on big decisions, the ones that actually move your net worth in either direction. Research from behavioral economics consistently shows that small daily expenses, the lattes, the snacks, the streaming services, are not what keep people broke. Big, infrequent decisions are. The car upgrade, the vacation overspend, the lifestyle creep when income goes up. The $1,000 rule targets exactly those moments. And it works in reverse. Every time you find yourself with an extra $1,000, a bonus, a tax refund, a side hustle payout, a gift, the rule applies again. Don't ask, what can I buy with this? Ask, what will this be worth in 20 years if I let it compound? You'd be amazed how quickly that one mental shift turns windfalls into wealth instead of memories. Now here's the twist the rich use. The compounded $1,000 rule. The wealthy don't just ask what $1,000 will be worth in 20 years. They ask what every recurring $1,000 decision will be worth in 20 years. A subscription. A monthly car payment on a bigger car. An insurance upgrade. A nicer apartment. They calculate the lifetime cost. A $100 a month subscription isn't $100. Over 20 years at 7% compounding, that's over $50,000 of opportunity cost. Once you start running the math that way, your monthly burn rate starts looking very, very different. Take Emily, a 36-year-old nurse who realized she was paying about $600 a month in subscriptions, upgrades, and small recurring conveniences. When she ran the rule on each line item, the lifetime opportunity cost was over $300,000. She cut about $300 a month immediately, not because she couldn't afford it, but because she finally saw what it was actually costing her. That redirected money is now her down payment fund. So how do you apply this starting today? 3 steps. Step 1. Pick a single threshold that matters in your life. Maybe it's $1,000. Maybe it's $500. Maybe for big spenders it's $5,000. Whatever the number, set it. Step 2. Every time you're about to cross that threshold, pause and run the math. There are free compound interest calculators on every browser. You don't need a finance degree, you need 30 seconds. Step 3. Apply the same lens to recurring expenses. Multiply the monthly amount by 240 months, plug it into the calculator, and see the lifetime cost. The rule isn't about being cheap, it's about being awake. Most people sleepwalk through their financial lives because they only ever see the sticker price. The rich see both prices every single time. That's the rule, that's the difference. And that's why the gap between the wealthy and everyone else keeps getting bigger. So let's recap. The $1,000 rule says before you spend $1,000 on anything, you check what it would be worth invested. The compounded version applies the same lens to recurring expenses, multiplying small monthly costs out over 20 years to see the real damage. It's not budgeting, it's clarity. And once you start using it, you can't unsee it. If this video helped you look at money differently, hit that like button to help the channel grow, and subscribe so you never miss the next one. Because next time, we're breaking down why your 401k might quietly be lying to you and what the rich do with their retirement money instead. You don't want to miss it. I'll see you in the next video.